Welcome back to the Commercial Real Estate Show. I'm Michael Ball. Today we're talking about retail and retail real estate. Remember, if you have any questions or comments about this show or any commercial real estate related topic, reach out to us through commercialrealestateshow.com. Well, today my guest is John Crossman with Crossman and Company. And John, the selection process for securing the best location and getting the optimum lease terms is really important to retail tenants. So let's discuss the top mistakes that retail tenants should avoid when they're looking for new space. What's number one?
Number one is picking the right team. Okay, so obviously you have to have a good internal site person. You have to have a good legal person. Obviously, you can work the documents, things like that. But the crucial part is, are you going to use tenant rep brokers? And if you are, picking the right tenant rep firm. And remember, I don't do this, so I'm not biased to anybody. I'm just saying this is a statement. And this is the most crucial thing. I have seen in emails, I've heard said over my 20 plus years, different tenant rep brokers saying, if I don't get paid enough, I take my tenants to other centers. Okay? And it's not that they're not getting paid, it's that they're not getting paid enough. And that's really pervasive in the industry. And so if I'm a retailer and I'm selecting a tenant rep broker, if I were to find out that broker was not showing deals because the broker wasn't getting compensated enough, that would be a big problem. And so I would address it up front. I would make sure that the tenant broker explains what they're getting paid, what they expect to be getting paid. If the tenant broker is working a deal and they're not getting paid enough, put some money in that deal and make sure they are getting paid. I would wipe that out pretty quickly.
And I've heard that same thing, John. Let's talk about that a moment. So, and these tenant reps are making a living doing what they do. And if a landlord doesn't have enough of a fee out there for a tenant rep, they might lose some tenants. What are you seeing as common in the centers that you're working with around the Southeast is where you primarily work, right? What are you seeing? Is it $1 per square foot, or is it first month's rent and a percentage, and how much is typically offered to tenant reps, or what should be?
Well, what's funny is it completely varies, and it completely varies for a lot of reasons because it varies on the deals, right? I mean, there's smaller markets that pay percentage. And then you get markets like Miami where a deal might be $50 a square foot, and so a percentage might make it way too high. But I think that bottom line is what you see sometimes is greed. I think that you can certainly get to a point where everyone can agree on a fair price. The way our firm works is we have a commission set on every center that includes a co-broke fee, and we split it 50-50. They get the same thing that we get, so we're equal in that situation. It just concerns me when I see brokers that are just asking. It's like blackmail, and it's funny because we're the ones paying. Our client is paying them for some of this work. So I definitely know some wonderful, tremendous tenant rep brokers that have helped many retailers, and I've seen many that have done them wrong. And I sometimes I think they're not aware of it. Sometimes I think that they may be aware of it, but their boss is not aware of it. But I really think there needs to be an open conversation and not just accept, hey, industry standard is the broker just gets paid by the landlord. Instead, really make sure that's up front, it's on the table, and everybody understands it.
Well,
and there's a way to be a win-win, but that is the number one issue that I would be concerned about for tenant rep brokers.
Well, I agree, and that's a good point. And what I think it might be a good practice there, and one that we would use, is that if we expect a certain minimum fee and the landlord or the landlord rep's not offering it, then we don't want the tenant to miss a property. We present the property and let them know how much more fee that they'll have to add to us. And John, we're out of time here. Great information. Thanks for joining us today.
It's my honor, my pleasure, anytime. Glad to be with you, Michael. Thank you.
If you'd like more information from John, visit crossmanco.com. And, you have to join us next week. We're going to have a show on auctions. The auction business for commercial real estate has really changed with online auctions and multiple property auctions. And so check it out. Join us next week. Thanks for joining us today. Until next week, be sure that you always lead, learn, and laugh, and join us for the Commercial Real Estate Show.
The Commercial Real Estate Show is brought to you by Florida International University and Bull Realty Commercial Brokerage, a great place to do business. For more information on these companies or to access additional podcasts, videos, or blogs, visit commercialrealestateshow.com.